Hello everyone. I thought I'd make a video, and I am betting that there is not another video on YouTube um, specifically for this subject. Sorry, I'm sitting in my free step ladder I picked up on the side of the road last fall. This right here is a Minnesota private data driver's license. I got this in 2007. Minnesota private data driver's license is uh, when when you are approved to get one of these, the address that is shown on your driver's license is an alternate address as to where you actually live. But at the same time, the state of Minnesota actually knows your actual legal address, but that's kept separate. Like when you go to the DMV in Minnesota, one of the clerks, they can probably see that you have a private data driver's license, but they can't see what your actual address is. If a police officer is out on patrol and he or she clicks in your license plate in your vehicle, they can see on there's little computer screen, yeah, it's a private data driver's license. Sorry, the pole barn's a little bit noisy tonight. The wind is blowing, and the little brushes and stuff rub along the outside of the aluminum siding. This barn was built about 50 years ago. Has aluminum siding on it instead of steel, because when they were building it there was a steel strike. But anyway, to get a Minnesota private data driver's license, if you're a police officer, all you have to do is basically apply for one and they give it to you, because they don't want the public to know where all of the police officers live. Another way you can qualify to get a Minnesota private data driver's license is, say, if you're a judge, if you're the town mayor, say if you're the CEO of a large company, or say if you are a television reporter, or someone that works in a TV studio reading the news, doing the weather, say if you're a radio talk show host, or if you have a stalker. That's how I got this one. Some idiot with some mental problems was harassing me, and I'm not going to go into deep detail, but just really strange things. He'd yell angry things at me. He was working at a local grocery store, and several things kept happening, and I finally went to that grocery store and complained, and I'm not going to go deep into it. And then after, I think it was fall of 2008, I finally went to the police of the town I live in, and I talked to a female officer, and she sat and listened to me talk for probably an hour. And all I knew was this guy's first name. Now I think I know his last name too, but she went to the place where he works and she talked to him, and what do you think he's going to say? He denied ever harassing me or ever doing anything at all, period. But Minnesota does have stalking laws. They're written very broadly. I have read the the statute, the Minnesota state law for stalking. It is written very broadly, and I have had people tell me it's written so broadly it's hard to actually understand it clearly. But I think they wrote it broadly on purpose so that, okay, so if this guy that I went to the local police about bugged me again, I haven't seen him, thankfully, in over 5 years. Maybe, maybe he moved out of town. Hopefully he moved out of town. I don't ever want to see him again. But if I run into him again and he starts bugging me again, I'm going to take him to court for harassment and stalking. But, darn, I lost track of where I was. But yep, so the police officer talked to him. The thing is since the police officer talked to him, she very likely told him, okay, if you do not leave Boyd alone, we can charge you with stalking. And once you go to court for stalking, if the judge or the court believes this is really true, this is really happening, I can file for a restraining order against this guy. And this guy would, I don't remember, I believe it's at least 500 feet away that the person that has been charged with stalking has a restraining order against them, they would have to stay at least, I think, 500 feet away from where I live, 500 feet away from where I work. So if the place where I work at was right next to a highway, they can't drive. If it's just really close to the highway, they cannot drive down that highway. They have to go another route around. And I'm guessing if a person that has a restraining order against them, say if he saw me in traffic ahead of him, he would very likely have to stop and wait for me to go or turn right or turn left, take a different route. But people can be sent to prison for stalking. So in Minnesota there wasn't any stalking laws started, I believe, until the early 1990s. Actually, in I think it was the late 80s. There was I graduated in 1985 in southern Minnesota, and there was this guy in my English class. He sat in the back, and he would not stop talking. He was constantly talking. The teacher would over and over and over again tell him, please shut up and stop talking. I'm trying to do the class, and he ended up going into, I don't know if it was the Army or one of the armed forces, and then late 80s, I believe it was either late 80s or early 90s, he was dating this gal, and she broke up with him, and he didn't handle that well, and so he sat in his car outside on the street, and what was it? One day he finally came up to the door. She let him in, and what was it? And then they were talking, and then he got out a knife and stabbed her to death. And it was all over the news. And really sad, because I was working at a grocery store at the time, and I was there when this gal's I think it was her sister, came in to pick up a cake for that funeral. Very, very, very sad. But anyway, So in this video I've covered private data driver's license, gotten a little bit into the stalking subject, but yeah, if you've had trouble with someone stalking you, go to the police, talk to someone, and keep notes. Keep a notepad. And write down, say if you see this person at this place, write it down on the notepad, get, description of the vehicle, get license plate number, description of the vehicle. That's what my lawyer friend has told me about things like this. Keep notes, and if the stuff keeps happening, keep a journal of what is going on, and this will help build a case against someone who is stalking you. All right, well, I think that's about all I have for this video. Please like and subscribe. I have a great variety of videos on YouTube that you can watch if you like. And yep, 4th of July. Got the whole weekend off. That's nice. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.